What is going on, everybody? Liam here, Everything NYJ. Live video. Can't wait. This is going to be a lot of fun. Just going to come in here and talk to you guys for a little bit. We got some breaking news today. It was finally announced after weeks and pretty much months of speculation that the New York Jets were going to be on Hard Knocks. It was confirmed today. The New York Jets will be on HBO's or Max's, whatever the hell it's called these days. Hard Knocks. Gonna talk about it a little bit. Gonna where is it? Post the here we go. Copy that. Bear with me there for a second. Gonna post the link in the comments section if anybody wants to come on. Feel free. Won't be here too long though. I said that last time I did a live video. I said it wouldn't be too long, and sure enough, it was. It was well over an hour. But a lot of people have a lot of mixed emotions about this. I've kind of seen the narrative of it being a distraction kind of go away a little bit. I don't really think it's going to be a distraction myself, honestly. If the New York Jets don't make the playoffs, move this out. If the New York Jets don't make the playoffs in 2023, then it's not because they did a TV show in July and August. It's not because of they were distracted in training camp in the summer. It simply means that things went wrong. Something went terribly wrong. Knock on wood. I hope this doesn't happen, but there was probably an injury somewhere. And unfortunately, this is the season that if we don't make the playoffs, heads are definitely going to roll. Definitely Robert Saleh, he's on the hot seat, but for a good reason. You have one of the most talented teams in the NFL. Offensive, defensive rookie of the year, Hall of Fame quarterback. You got Quinnen Williams, Brees Hall coming back. Wide receivers are stacked. It's going to be a really good football team. It's a really fun season. I am so excited for this. I really am. Because I want all the attention on the Jets right now. Everyone, Rex Ryan, he said last year, back in 2009, 2010, when they were on Hard Knocks, last year, we were under the radar. But this is where you want to be when expectations are high. And I can't agree more. Out of the 4 eligible teams, it was the New York Jets, it was the Commanders, the Bears, and the Saints. The Jets were obviously the most entertaining team. Everybody is talking about the New York Jets right now. Everybody. If you're a Jets fan, you want to see the Jets go to the Super Bowl, and if you're not a Jets fan, then you probably want to see this crash and burn. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's still going to be entertaining as hell. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of concern about the New York Jets being on Hard Knocks. There's going to be a lot of storylines, I should say. And that's fair. That's 100% fair. Aaron Rodgers, just seeing how he gels with his teammates. How is he really coaching up this defense? The connection he's making with Garrett Wilson and the connection he already has with Allen Lazard. Throwing the ball to Mecole Hardman, Corey Davis getting involved. Denzel Mims, is he going to be a main vocal point? Because he might not even be making the team. That's crazy, but it's the truth. Every article, if you go online, it says that Denzel Mims is most likely a trade candidate or he's just going to be cut. And then you got to think, what is his trade value? Are they going to be showing a lot of Denzel Mims to maybe up his trade value? I don't know. It's a valid point, though. Sauce Gardner, defensive rookie of the year. From what I hear, he talks so much crap on that practice field. It's going to be so entertaining to see him doing that on television. Sauce Gardner versus Garrett Wilson. Iron sharpening iron. Every day we're going to get to see it. The New York Jets are doing One Jets Drive on Mondays and Hard Knocks on Tuesdays. So we're going to definitely have our fill of New York Jets content. And I'm a Jets fan. I love this team. I want If I could watch a new Jet show every single day, I would. Because I am like a crazy, sick, twisted Jets addict. It's crazy, but it's true. I want as much fresh content as humanly possible, as I can physically consume. I want to see it all. I want to see how Robert Saleh leads this team. That's going to be so entertaining too. Robert Saleh is no Rex Ryan, that's for sure. But Rex Ryan is also no Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is, very well spoken. He always says the right thing. Never going to throw a player under the bus. Always even keel. Where Rex Ryan, he was a hothead. He would tell you exactly how it is. Very unfiltered all the time. It's going to be very interesting because a lot of people are going to, myself too, we're going to be comparing the 2010 Hard Knocks to the 2023 Hard Knocks. Two complete, same team, same organization, but two completely different teams. And I just want to say right now that the whole Quinnen Williams thing has to get done. I guess sometime this week, maybe early next week. The Jets report to camp 1 week from today. So I could see that possibly getting done next Monday, next Tuesday. I could not sit through another Roscoe Diner situation, nor do I want to. There's no reason for that. It shouldn't have taken this long. A lot of us Jets fans were saying that this deal should have been done before OTAs. It's crazy. I mean, like, we're not setting the market here. Dexter Lawrence, excuse me. A couple other guys. Like the market has been set. Quinnen Williams, I was probably saying 22, 23 million a year. We're probably looking at 25 to 27 million a year. And I don't know if it's the money holding it up or if it's the years. The New York Jets probably want to hold out until he's 30. Quinnen Williams probably wants to re-sign like when he's 29 so he could cash in again and get a second huge contract. But Quinnen Williams doesn't want to play anywhere else. The Jets don't want him to play anywhere else. So the deal is going to get done. But I hope that this doesn't become like the main storyline of Hard Knocks. The New York Jets have had such a fantastic offseason so far. You land a Hall of Fame quarterback. You bring in a lot of talent. We're finally get to see second year of that fantastic 2022 draft class. A lot of highs on that team last year. Obviously, it crashed and burned and didn't end the way that we all wanted it to. But there was still a lot of promise going into this season. And then the New York Jets have a stellar offseason. I don't want it to be tainted by Quinnen Williams not getting this deal done. I hope it doesn't come to that. 25 to 27 million, that's what I'm guessing. And I can't say for sure, but I'm guessing that the Jets want more years to make that contract more worth it. Quinnen wants a shorter contract so he can outplay this current contract and then cash in again. It makes sense. I mean, as human beings, that's what we would all want to do that, really. But so that's going to be really interesting too. And then like Mekhi Becton, who is just somebody that is always all over social media, never been afraid to back down from anybody on Twitter. People go at him all the time and he gives it right back. Is he going to be very outspoken in training camp? He has publicly said that he wants to be a left tackle, but Dwayne Brown is there. And that's his job to lose. So pretty much it's either he plays right tackle, he's going to have to beat out Billy Turner or Max Mitchell, or is he handed the starting job? We don't know. Like this is something that we're all going to have to see. We're all going to watch it live together. Once a week. Every Tuesday. Can't wait. But yeah, so we're going to see that. That's going to be a really interesting battle. And if he's not playing, if he's sitting on the bench in a contract year, is he going to request a trade? Is he going to become a pain in the butt? We don't know. Maybe. There could be a lot of drama with this team. With Quinnen Williams, Mekhi Becton, Denzel Mims. But the thing that gives me a lot of hope and a lot of faith, a lot of promise, is that there is a good amount of veterans in this team, on this team, that I think that they can keep the locker room peaceful. I think that they could keep uh, an image of some type of like professionalism. You have C.J. Mosley, you have C.J. Uzama, you have Aaron Rodgers, Dwayne Brown. They're gonna be like, hey, listen, guys. And not only that, like here's the other good thing: the New York Jets have full control over what gets shown. If they don't want anything, if there's something that's recorded that they don't want shown, they're not. Then they could tell HBO not to show that, and HBO cannot show that. We saw that a couple years ago with the Raiders. But like the cool thing is, like players are going to be cursing. Players are pretty much going to be themselves. I'm excited for that. And everyone's saying it's going to be a distraction. I don't. How? How is it going to be a distraction? The majority of the team, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 years old, they're in their early to mid 20s for the most part. We all grew up in the early 2000s. We grew up with social media. I had a Facebook account at like 12. It's not crazy. Seriously, it's everyone's like, oh my god, like all these cameras. The coaching staff does like Robert Saleh doesn't want it because he kind of has to. He kind of does have to watch what he says. Although like it's not going to get shown if he doesn't want it shown. But Rex like didn't care. Like Rex was a loose cannon, foul mouth, just said what he wanted. I don't see Robert Saleh being that kind of guy. Robert Saleh is going to be like very like, and not only that, it's just as a head coach, you're always on edge, and it's just something else that they have to worry about. But I'm not worried about that. They shouldn't be worried about that. Like I said, it's we have the veterans in the team, like on the team. Aaron Rodgers didn't want to do a Hard Knocks. Robert Saleh doesn't want to do a Hard Knocks. But I don't think they're going to come in and be like, "Oh my God, like the season's derailed. The Jets are on Hard Knocks. We have no chance of winning now." No, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No need for it. The Jets will be fine. The Jets might need Hard Knocks. The last time that they were on Hard Knocks, they went to back-to-back AFC Championship games. And you could argue they should have went to the Super Bowl in 2010. Going on the road, beating Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in one season. And in 2010, they were on Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots and lost like 45-3. And then to knock them out of the playoffs, I'll never forget that game. I was like 10 years old. And like that's when I really started to like follow football. I really got into it, like watching like every game, like once Brett Favre got here. But then like when we drafted Mark Sanchez and Rex came in, I was like, yeah, let's freaking go. I thought that like I would watch like deep playoff runs every year, and then maybe win a couple Super Bowls, and like I would just be like a cool fan. I mean, little did I know that the teen years, pretty much 2011 to now, it sucked. It really has. But things are changing. This is such a polarizing team. I'm really excited to see Garrett Wilson. I'm really excited to see Sauce, see Brees rehabbing. And not only that, like who's gonna be the funny guy? There's always a comedian. Who's he gonna be? I I really like it because we're learning about these players' personalities. We're gonna see who Robert Saleh really is. We know who he is, but to see him interact with players and other coaches on a day-to-day basis, that's gonna be fun to watch. Everybody's gonna fall in love with Ron Middleton, who didn't know him before. Jeff Ulbrich, he has such an intense personality too. It's so interesting to see this. Nathaniel Hackett, watching him in practice every day. And then with Hard Knocks, you always have that player or two that like you don't think is going to make the team. They like making the team. It could be Brownlee, Jason Brownlee, wide receiver. He could be coming for Denzel Mims' job. We could watch that play out on my nose is itchy. Sorry. We could be watching that play out on HBO's Hard Knocks. I'm really excited for it. I think you guys should be too. And it's going to be interesting. That's all I have to say about it. It's going to be very interesting. Robert Saleh has like a lot of people know him, but like don't necessarily like know too much about him. But like you hear like he's like well respected around the league. Players love to play for him. Fans of other teams are gonna watch him and be like, "Oh yeah, like he's a really cool guy," and he is. I'm really curious to see if we're gonna get to see him working out and like him like running stairs. I think that's gonna be pretty cool, definitely. But so I just wanted to come on for a few minutes, give my thoughts on Hard Knocks. I don't think you guys should be concerned about it. I don't think it's gonna be this major distraction that everybody made it be. We had Mike Westhoff on the Everything NYJ podcast a couple months ago, probably 6, 7 months ago at this point. It's been a while, and he said he loved it. Mike Westhoff said he loved it. And HBO said if you want to be on, if you want to be filmed, if you want to be on TV, you're never gonna get on. But if you're just showing up there and you're throwing the ball, you're catching the ball, you're coaching, whatever you're doing, then yeah, we'll film it. They want it to be as natural and realistic as possible. They don't want it to look like a television show. And I'm fine with that. Because I want to see what day-to-day life is at One Jets Drive every day. One Jets Drive is cool because for the most part they focus on one player, and it's like months of film just chopped into like normally like a docu series, like a couple episodes, 40 minutes each, whatever, 45 minutes each. This is going to be like raw, unfiltered Jets content, the real New York Jets. And then you got to think back last year with the Lions, they were on Hard Knocks and they ended up like winning 9 games. It's not really a death sentence for the season, and it was so awesome. With I mean, like I have so much more respect for Dan Campbell than I had before because I got to see Dan Campbell every day. And players play for him. They play hard for him. They love Dan Campbell. And I think a lot of other I think fans of other teams are going to be saying the same thing about Robert Saleh. And another thing that was really cool was Eminem was on the Lions Hard Knocks last year. Eminem, the greatest rapper of all time. And yes, I will die on that hill if anybody disagrees with me on that. Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. But you got to think what other celebrities are going to be showing up to training camp. Method Man, really big Jets fan. Jay-Z, big Jets fan. I don't think Jay-Z's got that'd be cool if he did. Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Denzel Washington. A lot of fans, a lot of celebrities are big fans of the Jets. It's going to bring a lot of attention to this team. But you know what? This is what going all in is all about. You want to go all in, you want to land a Hall of Fame quarterback, you want to have an A+ draft in 2022, then yeah, the lights are going to be shining bright on you. 6 primetime games. It makes sense. It really does. You have this team, all this attention around it, and like, what are you going to go watch? The Commanders? You're going to go watch the Bears? That could be interesting with Justin Fields. The Saints, Derek Carr showing up, that could be cool. But it's not as interesting. It's not as polarizing as the New York Jets. It's different. It's just like the Jets are in like a league of their own. Aaron Rodgers, I'm really interesting to see. I'm interested to see how much like sit down interview he's gonna do. I mean, he loved doing it for One Jets Drive. Sat down with the little microphone, did like the little uh whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what the hell to call it. Where whatever. It's gonna be really cool to see him on there. I can't wait. I wish it was on tonight. I would watch it right now if it was. Right now. I'm gonna watch every week of it. I think it's 5 episodes. A lot of outside fans who don't know much about the New York Jets, I think they're gonna be really impressed. Learning about Robert Saleh and his coaching staff. It's gonna be really interesting. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments section. Do you guys think it's gonna be a distraction? Are you guys all for it? I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. But so I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up here. I kind of said my piece. Just wanted to come on for a couple minutes. Nothing crazy. Talk about this crazy, never-ending, never a dull moment Jets franchise. It feels like we finally made it. Training camp's a week away. It's hard being hard. Yeah, absolutely. We got here. It will be great. Yeah, I think it will be great too. I'm really excited for it. I love this team. Like, I want to see as much Jets content as I possibly can. I'm super excited for it. And just like I said earlier, just like learning like the personalities on it, everybody's personality, getting to know Aaron Rodgers in a way because he didn't want to do Hard Knocks. He's always kind of been like a private person, so getting to know him in just like a day-to-day basis lifestyle, that's gonna be really like I'm interested to see how he is with his teammates. And then like another big story, I didn't even mention this. Zach Wilson. Aaron Rodgers might be like a little more standoffish and a little more private when it comes to Hard Knocks. Let's see. You'll be bow time into the season and give us more to talk about. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like some people are getting upset saying that, oh, like like content creators like must be loving this. Yeah, absolutely. It gives us a lot to talk about. It gives us a lot to look forward to, a lot to see. And I want to be talk. I want to talk New York Jets until it's like nauseating. And I haven't gotten to that point yet. A couple years ago, sure. 2-14, sure. And that's what's really cool about this is how far this organization has come. From Adam Gase and Sam Darnold, Christopher Johnson to where we are now in only a couple years. It's intense. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. It really is. But yeah, getting back to like my Zach Wilson point, they're going to be following him around. He's going to be playing in that Hall of Fame game. Him and Tim Boyle probably. And we're just going to see like, is he really learning? Is he really grasping the offense? Is he improving? How do his teammates feel about him? Is he kind of just like hanging out on the sideline by himself, or teammates interacting with him? Because that locker room was split. Once he started like really sucking and it became clear, and Mike White came in and gave a spark to that offense, that team wanted nothing to do with Zach. If I if I never hear the name Adam Gase again, it will be too soon. Yeah, absolutely. I try not to talk about him too, but it's just crazy to think like that's who we had just a few short years ago. And that's what's different about this team is like back then, like we were trying to like maybe like Todd Bowles is the right coach, maybe Adam Gase he could figure it out. Maybe Sam could take that next step. He showed flashes his rookie year. His second year looked good. Like maybe this is finally the year. As Jets fans, we're always trying to talk ourselves into something. We're trying to get ourselves to believe. But this year, there's legitimate hype around this team. There's something that we can really believe in. Get rid of that. There we go. There's something that we could really believe in. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Breece Hall, who's arguably Offensive Rookie of the Year if he doesn't get hurt. First ballot Hall of Fame quarterback that wants to be here. That's still like surreal to me. Like I still pinch myself. Like it doesn't feel real. I will never forget hearing Aaron freaking Rodgers utter the saying, I want to be a New York Jet. My intentions are to play for the New York Jets. I will never get sick and tired of hearing that. I was stunned when I heard that. Adam is still out there somewhere trying to take the next step. Oh yeah, Sam. Adam and Sam. Sam's actually with the 40. Sam's actually in a really good situation. I think he's really just kind of going to be a backup quarterback. Like that's just going to be his role. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, not everybody has what it takes to be a starting quarterback. But if you need somebody to come in, and this, I'm glad we kind of segued into this. If you could have a veteran backup quarterback just kind of come in, win you a game or two. If a starting quarterback is out 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's really important. The New York Jets right now do not have that, and that's a problem for me. There's too much on the line this season, and let's face it, the New York Jets have not had a healthy quarterback play a full season. At the time, it was 16 games, now 17 games. Since 2015 with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Josh McCown's been hurt. Sam Darnold was hurt every single year. It was the knee, the shoulder, the mono. Zach Wilson with the knee twice. And this offensive line, yeah, it's better than it's been in the last couple of years. Italy bailed on me today. No, Wednesdays he does it like his own thing. I do my own thing. Italy Jet, love him, my co-host. He's everywhere though. I mean, everything NYJ is always going to be his home. But he's kind of just like a butterfly. He's just out there. He goes on like everybody else's podcast. But he's still, I love him. I respect it because he still makes it a point to come back every Monday night. And we're still live every Monday night. We do the Everything NYJ podcast. We normally have guests on. We're going to start bringing more guests on, but we just recently got a producer, which is why everything just looks different. And we're still trying to figure out some kinks before we bring on some guests. We want to go really start going smooth. But yeah, Italy didn't bail on me tonight. He's just doing other things. So this isn't going to be like an every Wednesday thing, but it's just kind of I do it when I want. Song, head show, yeah, pretty much. Jets entries in a song. Yeah, it's true. That is 100% true. But yeah, the Jets have not had a quarterback stay healthy since Ryan Fitzpatrick, and to me, that's crazy. And there's so much on the line right now that we cannot afford to go into a season with Aaron Rodgers up here, and then you have Tim Boyle, and I put Zach a little above Tim Boyle. I do. And if Aaron Rodgers, knock on wood, goes down for whatever reason, it could be the difference between winning the division, getting some home playoff games, which the New York Jets have not had since 2002, to going on the road and facing the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now listen, I want to make another thing clear. I'm not afraid of any of those teams. I'm really not. I'm not going to say the Jets are going to go 17-0, but in my opinion, there's not a team when I look at that schedule that says the Jets do not have a chance at winning this game. Where in past years, like we try to convince ourselves, if the Jets get a break, if there's a bad penalty or whatever, maybe the Jets could squeak one out. No. Even the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, bring him on. Bring him on. That's what I'm saying. Week 1, Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. I'm not afraid of the Buffalo Bills. The Jets beat the Buffalo Bills with Zach Wilson last year. Josh Allen had his worst game of that season, his 2 worst games against the New York Jets. That defense gave him a really hard time. Jordan Whitehead with that interception. Sauce got burned on the first play. I'm going to admit it. Sauce got burned. Yes. Very rarely did that happen at all last season. First play of that game, Sauce gets burned, and then Jordan Whitehead gets that big interception. The Jets are right back in it. And then Sauce puts Knox on that island and shuts him down to secure that game. Then next game you have Mike White and everything else, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not afraid of the Buffalo Bills. They lost Leslie Frazier. Josh Allen led the league in interceptions last year. Stephon Diggs is pissed off. I think it's the Bills' division to lose. I still think that they're the team to beat. I still think they're definitely making the playoffs. But I don't think the Buffalo Bills are going to be the same Buffalo Bills as a couple years ago. Sergeant CVO says, if Rodgers gets injured, God forbid, we won't be cooking anymore, but we might get a slow boil. Sorry for the bad jokes. I'll stop now. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Corny, but funny. I get it. Tim Boyle. I don't think Tim Boyle is going to be playing this year. I really think it's going to be Zach, which I disagree with. If Zach is going to be the backup quarterback, then we're in trouble. Nick Foles is around. He's available. Carson Wentz. We really missed the boat on Gardner Minshew. That's really who the Jets should have gotten. But I don't know. I mean, I would take Teddy Bridgewater. Personally. Share the link one more time. If anybody wants to come on, I'll bring you on. No pressure, though. Nobody wants to. I'll get out of here just a couple minutes early. Nothing crazy. This is just kind of impromptu, just going as, I go along, rambling for a half hour. It's so much easier to do it with a co-host than just kind of sit here and talk to yourself and look at a small chat for 30 minutes. But it's fun because, like I said, I love talking about this team. But yes, in my opinion, the New York Jets still need a veteran quarterback. And to be honest, it looks unlikely at this point. I mean, it could still happen. It wouldn't be surprising if the Jets do pick up like another quarterback, but I haven't even heard like any rumblings of that yet, to be completely honest. I haven't heard Teddy Bridgewater's interested or Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Matt Ryan retired. So none of the options are great, but we don't need them to be great because not many quarterbacks in this league are better than Aaron Rodgers. At least in a backup role, they're not. There's no backup quarterback out there that is better than Aaron Rodgers. So no matter what, there's going to be a significant drop off. But if we could get somebody just to be a game manager, just manage the game, that's it, then I think the Jets will be okay. Because our defense, once again, is going to be stacked. The Quinnen deal will get done eventually. I hope it doesn't become, like I said, I hope it doesn't become a main storyline in Hard Knocks, and it will be. If Quinnen Williams is not signed by the time Hard Knocks rolls around, then yeah, it's going to be a problem. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It will work itself out. I'm not worried about that. Quinnen wants to be here, and the Jets want him here. They'll work itself out. But our defense, once again, is probably going to step up. I'm guessing top 5. Even if they take a step back from last year, it's still going to be a very entertaining, very dominant defense. My one critique of the defense is they need more turnovers. They need to force more turnovers. More interceptions, more fumbles, strip sacks. But the idea, because Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich love to rotate everybody in and out, the New York Jets are going to have more sustained drives. So it's not going to be as tiring for the defense. It's not going to be defense stops the team, Jets go 3 and out on offense, and defense is right back out there. Players are going to be refreshed, ready to go in the fourth quarter. Game on the line. I dare you. Go onto Sauce's Island. One-on-one, DJ Reed. Run the ball up the middle. Quinnen stopping you out. Sacking the quarterback. It's going to be happening. Turnovers will come when we have leads in games and other teams feel pressure to throw. Yes. And ideally, the Jets will be playing with more leads this year. But if they're behind, I'm not worried about losing the game with our defense. I can't do it. But I'm going to wrap it up. I just want to thank Sergeant CVO. I want to thank, who else was in the chat here? Lenny and NC for dropping your comments. Gonna wrap it up here. Just a quick show. Just want to give my thoughts on the New York Jets being on Hard Knocks. Gonna be really entertaining. I'm not worried about it becoming a distraction. If the New York Jets somehow don't make the playoffs, it's not going to be because of a TV show that they did back in the summer. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't checked out our other podcast, the Everything NYJ podcast, we released a new episode last Monday. New episodes are available every Monday. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to start to bring some more guests on, so look out for that. If you guys haven't followed us on social media, please, you guys could follow us on every social media platform. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything NYJ. We'll follow you back. We'll talk football. Think about maybe doing some Twitter spaces soon, so look out for that. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Trying to have daily Jets content. It's kind of the boring season right now in the NFL. So thank you guys again for watching. We'll talk Jets soon.